Dog boxing, motherfucker.
So this past Friday, on the prelims of the Keyshawn Davis versus Dennis Berentchu fight card, Jared the Real Big Baby Anderson made his ring return for the first time since suffering his first defeat to Martin Bakole back in August of last year. And his performance was very lackluster, to say the least. I even heard him in between rounds tell his trainer in the corner, "I don't want to be here. I don't want to go all 10 rounds." He was gassed very early in the fight. He seemed to be heavier than usual, very slow and lethargic. But let me just say this. I'm not here to tear Jared Big Baby Anderson down because he doesn't want to fight anymore. Listen, I totally get it. This is a brutal sport and it's not for everyone. I've always had this notion that boxing or MMA, UFC, any combat sport for many is almost like their last option or their last chance. Or for many people who they've been through some shit in their lives, like grew up traveling down the wrong path, grew up in a life of crime, maybe did some jail time or did some prison sentences, and now since they have a felony or felonies on their record, it is now that much more difficult or that much harder to get a good, decent paying job. Hell, and sometimes with the criminal record, a lot of times McDonald's will tell you that you're not even good enough to flip burgers. So these guys turn to a combat sport like boxing because it's their last chance, their last hope. However, because of these guys who are in these predicaments, they're desperate, they're determined, it makes this sport even more dangerous, because the way I see it, you either gotta really want this or this is just not gonna work. This is not no regular job where you can go and punch a clock and go through the motions. No, this is your life. For many guys, like I said, this is all they got, this is all they know. And if your head is not on a swivel on any given night, that journeyman with 8-9 losses on his record that you're looking past might go in there and knock your head right off your shoulders, just because he needs this more than you, just because he's late on the rent, or his young son and daughter needs a certain medical bill paid for the doctors to continue treatment. This is not a game, man. Boxing is the only sport where you cannot fake it. You cannot play boxing. So back to Jared Anderson. If your mind and your heart is not in this sport, then it's best you walk away while you're ahead before you end up hurt really bad. Stop wasting our time. Stop wasting yours. Because by the way Jared Anderson looked on Friday, if Jared Anderson never fought another round in his life ever again, I would be alright with that. I can go the rest of my life without watching a single Jared Anderson round, and he will not be missed, because I'm paying for these guys to watch them on my TV, and I work hard for my money. To just be giving it away to a charity case. If you want my money, I want to see you earn it. Let me see you attempt to get a knockdown, at least a knockdown. If you're not going to try to knock him out, let me see you at least get a knockdown. Put yourself in the fire. Let me see you really try to inflict some damage on your opponent, because even though Jared Anderson won the fight versus Mario Colias, it shouldn't have been this close. He shouldn't have gone all 10 rounds. You know, the fight shouldn't have been as close as it was. Jared Anderson should be running through opponents like Mario Colias, not going life and death with this dude, Mario. Like, Colias couldn't even keep his pants up. Just a true definition of a bum, man. This dude, he works as a carpenter during the week. Again, this fight shouldn't have been as close as it was, man. So, what does Jared Big Baby Anderson go from here? Well, I would say if he has other options, go and pursue those. Maybe Anderson has other projects that he's doing that he'd rather pursue, because I do remember him saying that his heart is not in boxing. He doesn't really love this. So then, if you got other opportunities, maybe in real estate, or maybe he's passionate about carpentry or working on cars, go be a mechanic, man. Because again, if Jared Anderson has other ways and means to make a buck, then why not? Because boxing is too dangerous to be practicing if you really don't want to be there. It's your boy O-Dog Boxing. I'm out, man.